heaven bound. Fatherhood, it's parenthood shit. Humble. I'm digging into this, honestly knowing it's more than what I could see. Can't predict what's my future holding, my past far behind me. I know that life can get grimy, that's why I'll never look back, cause I already know what's behind me. Dear humble Lord, please come find me. Yes, I go hard for my son and my daughter. Never could fail as a father. Been through the times will be hard, believe me, of that I'm not bothered. Humbly in love with it all. Just trust when I say that I got him. Speak from the heart, the story we'll see if you come from the bottom. Digging into it, knowing I barely get through it. Takes all you got to be a man, just gotta level the usage. Make sure you don't have too little, and also don't overuse it. It's like my neighbor scale, all it took was a balance of movement. That's for my kids, I will prove it. There's nothing else I can do but to make sure every single footstep that I take is for you. While putting your best foot forward, I'll show you how to move and how to keep a strong knee that's really buckling through. Let's take them through it, the levels of evolution. How ladies can never prove it and fellas just never do it. But hold it tight while you down and then tiptoe in silent movement. Make sure no one that don't need to know never know how you move. Outside my kids, I will always grow. There's something I forever show. Epiphany hitting stronger than bullets to letting go. And regardless, I made it right. How I did it, you'll never know. Back and forth for all of my bullshit. I had to make something blow. Just let them know I'm digging into this, honestly knowing it's more than what I could see. Can't predict what's my future holding, my past far behind me. I know that life can get grimy, that's why I'll never look back, cause I already know what's behind me. Dear humble Lord, please come find me. Yes, I go hard for my son and my daughter. Never could fail as a father. Been through the times will be hard, believe me, of that I'm not bothered. Humbly in love with it all. Just trust when I say that I got him. Speak from the heart, the story we'll see if you come from the bottom. You digging into it, then you taking some other shit that you wanna try to succeed and do it.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm sorry about what just happened. We had some technical difficulties with audio and video on Zenray's end, so we had to cut the feed, unfortunately. This is all trial and error, so I apologize for those of you who are trying to find us. And I just looked glancingly, and we had so many viewers. I'm a little upset right now, but we're gonna stay positive, and we're gonna try to get this, night over. And I'd love to hear from you guys. Hopefully, you guys are watching still. And the numbers are on the screen: 646-847-8293. Second number is 646-893-9464. We're going to be discussing the NBA draft a little bit, some Knicks rumors, some NBA rumors, and we are here to take your calls and hear what you got to say, even if it's not in regards to basketball. If you just want to call and say hi, we would love to hear from you guys. We're about to bring Mr. Zenray in a second in the show, and again, I apologize to the viewers, which we couldn't get everything settled, but we're gonna bring him in right now.
Coming on.
All right, Mr. Zenray.
Yes, sir. I don't see you on my screen here.
You don't see me again. Same.
Right.
We're live right now, guys. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to just do our voice because we got viewers here on our end. Zenray, they see you on my end. So if you want, I can give you the link from the video portion of my end. But let's get this started, man. They see you loud, perfectly crystal clear in HD on my end, and they can see me here. You all you got to do on yours is just listen to the beautiful sound of my voice, and that's it.
Beautiful it is. Orange and blue skies.
Orange and blue skies. That's it.
So I was mentioning about Jalen Green.
Okay.
His stock is rising, and he may be competing with Cade Cunningham and becoming that number 1 overall pick. His stock is rising, and right now he's slated to go to Cleveland at that 3rd pick. And Houston is looks like they'll be picking Evan Mobley, the center from USC. So interesting developments. And the reason I was mentioning that is because the Knicks have quite a few 2nd-round picks that going to be high schoolers. So like I said, there could be a diamond in the rough there. And look where Jalen Green came from. Basically, high schooler, went into the program, and he's 6'5", 172 pounds. He's averaging 18 points a game, about three assists, and about 37% shooting from the outside, and about 39% from the 3-point range. So a young kid, he has a lot of upside. He's only like 19 years old. Should be interesting. Also, the Lillard trade I was mentioning now is getting kind of not wanting. They still want Barrett in the trade, and not wanting Mitch. You hear anything and you hear anything on your end?
It's picking up, man. The rumors and the noise is picking up here in New York City. Fans are going crazy. A lot of them are excited. A lot of them, like myself, are a little bit, optimistic, and we really don't know. But I'm hearing that RJ Barrett, the trade is looking like RJ Barrett is included no matter what. So they will look like they want RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickly, and like 3 or 4 draft picks and a swap of a draft pick. And I'm not too excited for that, man. Like I told you in previous shows, I understand that you got to give to receive, but I think that's a little bit too much. And I think you wait, you stand your ground, and you wait for Damian Lillard to sit there and say that he wants to come to New York. Because if that happens, then all the chips are on our end, and we hold the power. I was listening to a lot of guys recently on their podcast, and everybody's in agreement with what I'm saying, that let's just wait. Let's wait for the power to come on our side. And if he demands a trade to New York, you better believe it. We're going to be having them right where we want them. We could sit there and say, listen, your guy wants to come to us, but here's the package that we're going to give you. Either you take it or you leave it, or you're going to have an unhappy player on your team. So I think we should just wait, man. And as far as that guy Green that you were talking about, I saw a little bit of his highlights. I'm not really too familiar with the G League. I don't really watch too much of it. But the some players that I've jogged down for myself that I is your guy Chris Pert. He looks amazing. I've been watching a lot of his highlights. So you did your homework on him. I have that guy projected in my top 7 picks. Amazing. And
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Continue. And I was looking at Jared Butler for our 19th pick. Draymond and Chris Doherty. Those are the guys that I'm.
He is in a medical condition. He has heart murmurs, and right now they do a medical evaluation to see that if he can play basketball at all. And you may be taking a chance. God forbid, a couple of years down the road, he gets his condition again, and now you pick on your 19th pick. So Jared Butler, you really have to watch out. He has some kind of heart issue, so I would stay away from him at this point. So he has to be cleared by many NBA teams because he's probably have to be medicated for this condition.
We'll see what happens, man. All I'm going to tell you is just remember Michael Porter Jr. had a lot. I mean, I know this is a different situation. Heart is a different, injury altogether. I wish him all the health and the best, and hopefully everything works out. But just remember when we were scared to take Michael Porter Jr. and look at the player he's developing to be and turned out to be, even though it took some time. So that's just things to think about. Callers, our lines are open. If you guys want to give us a call, we're here for you tonight. 646-847-8293 and 646-893-9464. I know a lot of you guys who are watching are probably just showing support and love and don't know too much about the NBA, but we're willing to listen to your calls, your opinions. If you just want to call and say hi, please feel free to do so.
Also, I'm thinking that the Knicks are going to use their picks to move up. They'll target like a Devon Mitchell. They'll target Kispert. They'll target even Trey Mann. Because Trey Mann was slated to be around our area, but now he's moving up in the draft. He's not a great defensive player, but he can shoot the ball. The Knicks can use a point guard like that. And Devon Mitchell, that he says it all. He's the greatest, probably not the greatest, but probably the best, one of the best defensive guards in college. And that's
I heard about him. Real quick, Abraham James. Hey, how you doing? Hope you're having a good evening. Hope you're staying safe. I appreciate you checking out the live stream for me and Mr. Zenray here. I heard about Mitchell. Like you said, Tom Thibodeau kind of player. I think that's something that you want to listen to. But there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be going over the next few days. Things are going to start picking up now tremendously because the finals are upon us. I know you guys probably saw that this guy from Milwaukee just went down with an injury. And it doesn't look too good for him. Fear Death, hey, what's up, man? I appreciate you stopping by and showing some love, man. And there's a lot of things that's gonna transpire, and a lot of rumors that's gonna happen, man. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, I think the Knicks are gonna take it easy a bit and kind of look at all options. I think that seeing all these injuries like Giannis, you know, playing basketball is the last man standing. So it seems like whoever uh, is standing last, it seems like a Trey Young is playing injured, and I think Giannis is going to play knee or whatever he has. I think he has some kind of
He got a hyperextension, and they already ruled him out for the next game.
wow.
So
I'd be
that's
surprised if he doesn't play.
yeah, it's a big deal. Unfortunately, I don't know if you saw it. It looked kind of scary, man. It looked like a kind of injury that we saw from Kyrie and from Kevin Durant. Luckily, they're just calling it a hyperextended knee. So, but a couple other injuries, man. Collins went down for Atlanta. Trey Young is down right now. He didn't play the last game. So there's a lot of stuff going on, man. I mean, I'm just hoping these players can be safe and just get through these finals and have a good offseason because a lot of crazy stuff, man.
I think Atlanta could win by default, man. Because if
Yeah.
Giannis is there, I think Trey Young is playing. Trey Young and most of these guys are playing injured. It seems like Middleton is going to have to carry the team. And
You know
I
what?
think he's capable of doing
You know what's funny? I've been hearing a lot of that trade rumors as well for us, which is Middleton to New York. If things don't pan out the way they want, I'm hearing Middleton to New York in some kind of package as well. And then I saw another package, and I can't think of his name right now. The shooting guard from Portland, not Lillard. What's the other guy? Is it Ever?
McCollum.
McCollum, there you go. McCollum is another rumor that I've been hearing about some kind of package for McCollum and their big man center for maybe a draft pick and a player to be named. So it's gonna be crazy. Oh, we got a. I'm sorry, Ray, we got a new person here, Griff Howard. I'm new here. Please welcome me. Welcome to the live stream. We appreciate you guys showing. This is Mr. Zen Ray here. We're hosting our show tonight.
Welcome, sir.
But so it's a lot of stuff, man. A lot of interesting stuff that's gonna happen, and as I keep saying, I'm excited, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Knicks are probably going to stay away from that Lillard and try to package and try to, like I said, get a couple of free agents here, move up in the draft, try to get a Kispert. If you move up high enough in the draft, you get that Mitchell guy from Baylor, Devon Mitchell from Baylor. He'll be a point guard of the future. This guy Cade Cunningham. Then you have to go. Well, I mean, Suggs is up there too, but he's going to be too high up. But Devon Mitchell, if you can get a defensive guy who can play defense and can score and play, that'll be very, very interesting. But you need to at least trade at least 2 of your picks to get up that high. Maybe you have to trade 3 picks to go up that high. Who knows? But Kispert, we have to keep an eye on him because I think he's the sleeper of the draft. I think he's going to be something real special.
I completely agree with you, man. At first, when you spoke to me about him, I was like, who? So, and when I started researching him and looking at some stuff, I have him in my little list. He's in the top 7, hands down. I can see him moving up tremendously in the draft, and I definitely see him that we could. I wouldn't be surprised if we move up to pick him. Don't be surprised.
Yeah, and then you've got the 3-and-D specialist, Scotty Barnes from Florida State. That's another option. The guy can shoot the ball, plays defense. So that's another option. But he's going to go up in the top 7, top 8 picks. But I think if you're going to go up, you're going to pick a player who can shoot the ball and play defense. The typical type of player, defensive player, and a person who can shoot the ball. Shooting guard, forward. And I think Kispert will be so perfect with the Knicks, man.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I think that's the aspects that we're missing, man. That's why that Lillard thing I'm not really too crazy about. Like I told you, I would listen, and if he demands it, then we have the leverage in our court, the ball in our court. Who I would listen to and try to reach out to is maybe Mr. Cat from Minnesota. Let's see what they want. If they don't want RJ, if they want a package like Mitchell Robinson and some draft considerations, and even maybe an Obi Toppin, which I really don't want to see him get away. I'd rather do that than an RJ. Let's see, Babu Khan. Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, we're going all right, man. We're here. Sorry, we had a little bit of delay. We had some video and audio issues, but we wanted to go live and bring you guys some content tonight and just say hi and see how you guys are doing.
Hey, what's up? So, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, Keon Johnson, the shooting guard, another guy who shoots the ball well from Tennessee.
Mm.
You've got quite a few players that you can pick to move up and grab a player. But I think knowing the Knicks, if they stay back and wait for Trey Mann, his defense has a lot to be desirable. Under Tibbs, you'll learn, but he can shoot the ball. I'm hearing crazy. Atlanta is in between us, between the 19th and 21st pick.
Oh, don't be surprised if they get him.
They're looking to pick him up as well.
Crazy stuff. I haven't even begun to look at Atlanta's roster situation on who's coming back with them this next year, because they have players on their team that I would love to come over here. But 9 out of 10 times, I'm pretty much sure they're gonna bring everybody back because of the kind of run that they had. So I expect them to be back in full force next season. But like you said, they're a shooting team, so I wouldn't be surprised if they have their pick before us that they pick them.
Yeah, because you imagine you have Trey Young, right? And then you have this kid come off the bench, maybe spell Trey Young a little bit because Trey Young plays a lot of minutes.
Yeah, he
He's
does.
kick and shoot. I mean, he's like Trey Young, not as bad defensively as Trey Young, but doesn't play as the defense that a player should, especially under Tibbs' system. But he can shoot the ball and he can create, man. So imagine another player in Atlanta like that. So that's the kind of player the Knicks can use. If he falls that low, maybe we don't have to even trade our assets to move up.
Yeah, listen, I'm all about keeping all of our young guys and adding pieces. I don't want to take away. I'd rather keep what we have, add shooters, add a legitimate point guard, and I think we're going to make some noise. I don't think we need to add Damian Lillard unless we absolutely need to or anything like that. I would just listen, be patient. I don't want to say work through the draft because Tom Thibodeau is not that kind of a coach. Maybe they'll keep one pick. I really doubt they're going to keep both. I see them packaging one of these picks with somebody else to get something in return come draft night. But only time will tell, man. And only, like I said before, I'm just happy that I'm not Knicks management. That's why they get paid the big bucks. It's because they have to do all their homework and they got to keep their organization happy, their players happy, and most important, you guys happy.
Well, I think the Knicks have to investigate the situation in Cleveland. Colin Sexton.
Oh, right.
I think that'll be the perfect point guard for the Knicks. You know, a guy who can create and has speed, is quick, can score for you, can shoot the three, can create.
So why don't we give up the 20? I'm just throwing a thing out there for you. The 21st pick and a second rounder and maybe another player, a Knox or something for Sexton. I think that'll work. Why not?
Yeah, I think they'll ask for one of my number ones definitely, and they'll ask for Obi probably. They're gonna try to ask for Obi, and we'll end up trying to give him Nicolatina and Knox in the package. But I wouldn't give Obi if I had a choice. But if you can get a guy like Sexton and they say straight up Obi for Sexton, because that's the last what I heard that they wanted straight up Sexton for Obi and maybe a second round pick. I would do that.
I could live with I could live with that. I seen what Sexton can do. I did want him a couple of years ago when he got drafted. I actually liked him, but I believe he went before us or one or two picks before our pick. Like always, like everybody always gets picked before the Knicks. So that's just the bad luck we have, man. But what can we say?
Young before us, and we had a chance of getting the guy from Golden State. He one pick before us as well. It seems like we're a couple of picks too late in our draft history.
Except the Donovan Mitchell one. That was after.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell was such a wow. I mean, and him and his agent and people were talking. He wanted to come to New York so bad, and he was there for the taking.
Different management, different times, different organization. But right now, as I look out my window, I see nothing but orange and blue skies. So things are looking bright.
Always and forever, brother. Always and forever. So besides the Sexton deal, you spoke about the center in Minnesota.
Yes, Karl Anthony Towns, man. That's something I would definitely look into. I mean, I wouldn't call them, but I would just kind of creep around and listen and see if he's happy. I don't know how they can go about that and just say, hey, you know, what are you guys willing to give up? What do you guys want for him? And if they give me a deal like Obi and Mitchell Robinson and some draft picks for him, by all means, pull that trigger because a cat Karl Anthony Towns, Julius Randle, and if you get a point guard like either this guy Ball or the guy from Charlotte that you like with R.J. Barrett, I think that puts
Devontae
us in
Graham. Yeah.
puts us in contention for
If you
sure.
can get like Norman Powell, right, a Devontae Graham, or trade for Colin Sexton and get the center from Minnesota, that way you lose Mitchell Robinson, you lose Obi, you'll probably lose quickly in that package. You keep your draft capital. Maybe you lose a number 2 pick. Well, Towns, you're gonna definitely lose a number 1 pick and probably 2 number 1 picks.
Yeah.
But if you have a Towns in here as your center, a Sexton or Devontae Graham as your point guard, and then you get picked up on Norman Powell. That way, for Lonzo, you're gonna have to give up something for Lonzo. A sign and trade, and he's probably gonna. I mean, he's the kind of guard. See, Sexton compared to Ball, Sexton creates and he drives to the basket. He'll score for you and he plays defense. Ball is not that much of a creator. He passes the ball and he'll shoot. I mean, I'd rather have Sexton.
It's all about the market and it's all about the media. For who's right for the organization, maybe Sexton, but who sells tickets and whatever, and we all know this, who sits behind that who sits in the penthouse up top, even though he has nothing to say, not lately. If LeVar Ball gives them a call and says, hey, I want you to get my son, and he gets involved, you better believe it, Lonzo's coming here. He'll make it happen because it's not only good for them, it's good for them. People want to see. I remember there was a time where that guy was all over the news, him and his family. So, he's being positive right now. His father's staying away. So that's something that we can look into, man. But like I said, there's so many domino effects that's going to happen this season. I know you callers and you viewers have, who follow the NBA, have your own opinions and have your own thoughts. The numbers are on the screen, 646-847-8293 and 646-893-9464. We would love for you guys to give us a call just to kind of break open this phone. We have yet to have one phone call, guys. So if you can give us a call just to say hello, to test these phones out, we would appreciate it. But we understand that, everybody's busy and has their own things going on. And maybe you guys are just watching us just to see what our content's all about.
Yes, sir. Just give us a call. Say hello. If you have questions about any other team in NBA, if you want to talk about a little baseball, we can splurge a little bit. We'll talk a little about baseball, but this is Nick content, obviously. Just give us a call. Tell us who you root for. Your prediction on the finals, who's going to be going to the finals. Just give us an input on what you think, who the Knicks going to draft. The numbers are below, 646-893-9464 and 646-847-8293. So, Jube, so if you had a choice of your point guard, who would be your point guard? I know you love Ball, but if you had to pick a dynamic point guard who can create and shoot the ball, there's only 2 point guards out there that are on the market that's available that can do that for us.
The guy from Charlotte, man. Lonzo will be my first choice, and then second will be the guy from Charlotte with Derrick Rose as my backup.
Yeah, Devontae Graham. I agree. Devontae Graham, and if you could trade for Colin Sexton, those are the 2 that I think, because Colin Sexton is available. They're looking to shop him around. I think though they want something in return, obviously, because he's a good player, and but also Devontae Graham. I don't know if you saw a film on him. He's an incredible point guard who can create, can shoot, and can distribute the ball.
You made me watch videos on him, man. I wasn't didn't know too much about him, and you made me look up, what he's all about. And great guy, man. Good stuff. Like what I see, and we'll see, man. It's exciting stuff.
Yeah, and also have a Devon Mitchell highlights that I put out maybe a few hours back. You can take a look at his talent. That's someone I would trade up and get if I can get. 2 players I would do it for: Devon Mitchell from Baylor, and the point forward from Gonzaga, Corey Kispert. Those are the 2 guys who I'm really enamored by, and those are the 2 players I would trade up. Even if I have to trade my 2 number 1s and maybe a second round pick, I would do it in a heartbeat.
My guy is Corey, the Corey guy, and Trey Man. Those are my two guys. Those are the two picks.
Trey Man may fall to us, but now I hear his stock is moving up. He may go up in the top 15.
Teams. Yeah.
So,
We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I do have a question for you. If you have to give up quickly, Obi Toppin, which one would you rather give up, and what? Why?
well, it would be Obi Toppin because there's really no room for him on the team. I mean, he can only be backup and maybe spell somebody at the 5. I think this is Julius Randle's team.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately that the Knicks didn't know what they had in Randle.
Nobody knew.
They wouldn't have drafted Obi.
Yeah, nobody knew. I don't think anybody expected that.
Yeah, so Obi now is with us, and I think he has value, obviously. But you have to keep Quickly because Quickly is the type of player that you need. He plays defense, he shoots the ball, he creates and drives. He has a nice little floater going down the lane. So, and he's only getting better. It's only his first year. He's just touching the surface. So you keep Quickly and you dangle Knox and Obi and Mitchell Robinson if you have to.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be a tough one, man. Like I said, only time will tell what we're gonna do, man. Nobody knows what Knicks management is gonna do, and like I keep saying, I'm excited. I don't even know what else to say, man, because it's been so much stuff going on, so many rumors that it's been crazy.
Yeah, a lot of rumors, and this makes it fun being involved and loving the Knicks and the orange and blue skies and all that good stuff the Knicks have to offer. And thank God that we have the leadership in Rose and Wes and pushing this team and not doing no crazy deals, not kind of throwing players out there just to get a star. And that's why I don't think the Lillard trade will happen. I think there's still a chance. But like you said, they're going to have to wait until they bring the demands down because they're asking for extremely a lot. And I don't blame them. I mean, this is their franchise player. And if he wants to leave, you're going to try to get the best, the best players here and picks as much as possible.
The best package, best package that you can get for him. Yeah.
Right. Yes, sir.
So what do you think we're going to be talking about the next couple of days? Real quick, I want to just let our viewers know what kind of content that we're going to be having and what they can expect.
So basically, we'll be talking about the draft, and as we get closer to the draft, we're gonna pick the players that we think that the Knicks are gonna move up for. Obviously, I'm daydreaming that they move up for Kispert and Donovan Mitchell. It's kind of a long shot, but there's a possibility. But if we can settle for Trey Man, we'll go for him, obviously. But that's what we were talking about: the Knicks and free agency, who's coming aboard, and we're gonna get some knowledgeable people to come on. Juby, we spoke about someone that we're gonna have on who's a big Knick fan that we can have them and kind of pick their brains. So it's not only about us but other people's opinion. And this is a guy who's a big time Knick fan. It's a surprise. You'll know who he is. We'll go off the air and I'll let you know. You'll be like, wow.
I'm excited. I don't even know who we're gonna have, but I would love to hear from him, man. I'm all about it, man. Like I said,
I'm trying to set it up where we can do, we can do something like this, or we can have him on camera as well.
Oh, that'll be a treat. That'll be a treat, definitely. I'm excited, man. Like I said, guys, you don't have to be Knick fans. You can be, unfortunately, I don't even want to say it. You can be from across the river, Brooklyn fans. We love everybody here. We try to, be positive. And if you guys want to talk about your favorite basketball player and your favorite team, you're more than welcome to call and plead your case. My son right here, in this house, he's a big Kyrie Irving fan, and he loves the Brooklyn Nets. And me and him, you wouldn't believe the arguments me and him have back and forth. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah.
Dad, you did a bad job, Dad.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to train the last one. I've been watching a couple of games, and he's always picking the opposite team of the Knicks. So I don't know. I don't think I'm heading in the right direction with him. Salman Khan, hello. How you doing? Let's see. Family above everything. Awesome. I love you guys. Keep it up. Thank you. We appreciate it. Munamed, hola. Yo, Honey Singh. Awesome, bro. We appreciate you guys coming in and showing some love and some support. We put a lot of effort into this to bring you guys some content. And this is just a touch of what we're going to be doing. Like I said, my guy Zen Ray here, he does a lot of videos. He does a lot of stuff where he puts out content on his channel, not even when he's live, but just videos so you guys can watch and be up to date. So look out for him with that stuff. Check out his channel. For me, unfortunately, my gaming days are put on pause right now. I know you guys probably seen some videos of me gaming, but the wrist doesn't allow me to do that right now. So my job right now is just to bring you guys content and just speak orange and blue skies and whatever else you guys want to talk about.
All right, so we're gonna give a few more minutes, Juby. I don't know what else we can do. I the only thing I can talk about is basically the free agent in towns that I like to come here for the Knicks. But I'm hearing that they're asking for a lot. In fact, I'm looking at something right now. Tibbs wants Towns. He had a relationship with him when he was in Minnesota. But they're asking for what? They're asking for 3 number 1 picks: Mitchell Robinson, Obi Toppin, and Quickly. That's
You lose me with the Quickly. The
Yeah.
number one picks I'm fine with. The Mitchell Robinson and Obi Toppin I'm fine with. You lose me with the Quickly. Not because Quickly is just incredible, man. I think he's a good, solid, young guy. His sky's the limit for him. You just lose me because I feel like they're trying to blackmail us. They're holding us at gunpoint. I don't want to use those words because we don't like to speak about violence or anything like that. But that's what they're doing. They're just basically holding us against our free will now with that. And no thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah,
No way.
they're always gonna ask high. They think this is the old Nick regime, like
Yeah.
bite at something like that. I think you're giving up. Don't get me wrong, Towns is a spectacular player and a great talent, but you're giving 3 number 1s, Quickly, Obi, and Robinson.
Yes.
I'm surprised they don't ask for Barrett. I mean, you might as well. I mean, it's insane, but I think that's just you always ask high and you try to force someone in the middle. I think if you can give them 2 number 1s and you can give them Obi and give Mitchell Robinson, I'll think about it.
And Frank and Kevin, we'll give them for a bag of chips. No, well, not Kevin. Frank will give them for a bag of potato chips. We don't want that guy here. You know what I mean? Like they could take him just to fill up, make the payment work.
All right,
So-
Jube. Anything else you're hearing on your end?
That's pretty much it, guys. I don't want to give you guys too much stuff. We got some shows coming in the next 72 hours. A lot more stuff to talk about, so we don't want to talk about everything here tonight because then we won't have nothing else to talk about in the future. Donald James, I like your show. Well, I appreciate that. Guys, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate it. And hit the bell to allow notifications so you can find out exactly when we're live. And the numbers are always on the screen. If you guys try to call these numbers when we're offline, you'll get our voicemail. But as soon as we go on, we would love to hear from you guys to speak about anything you want to speak to.
And you're welcome to leave a voicemail. You can leave your message saying what kind of content you want us to speak about. You can leave it in the comments below, or you can leave us voicemail. Say, hey, listen, guys, we like your show. We would like to know more about this and that. We'll apply, your request onto the next show, and we'll get that going for you guys.
Well, check this out real quick, Ray. We got some fan hate right here, right now. But it's all love. It's all love. Somebody's writing. I'm gonna leave the name anonymous. I'm not gonna, put the name out there. But it doesn't matter who they put on the team. They still don't play as a team. That's why they don't make it at the very, very end. Listen, we appreciate.
I think he's talking about the old Knicks. I think
I was just gonna say I don't think you watched the Knicks this past season. You must have watched the Knicks. Maybe your husband is a big Knicks fan, and he used to tell you everything that's going on. Your wife used to tell you things like that. But if you watch now, the Knicks is a different team.
But you know something? That person is a male or female?
I honestly don't know.
Okay. That person is correct. In the past, the Knicks didn't play as a team. The Knicks didn't play cohesively. But the Knicks to accomplish what they accomplished this year, being the 4th seed and being coached the way they're being coached, playing defense, you have to be doing something right. So that's why it's night and day compared to what we used to be to what we are now and what we're going to become. So, I mean, I'm glad that person brought that up because that was the old Knick regime.
Yeah. I mean, we were all surprised this season that just passed. Me and Zen Ray did not no chance did we expect the Knicks to play the way they did and finish out the way they did. Before the season started, we were talking about we pray that they just make the playoffs, that they're going to be 9th or 10th, and they're going to be fighting for a playoff spot. And for them to finish 4th, and yeah, they had an early exit in the first round, but things are looking up. Sky's the limit, and they're headed in the right direction.
No, I totally agree. I totally agree. I think you're gonna see like Barrett. I'm glad you brought that up with the team. Barrett, okay, with his team beat Greece. He took over. He had a rough first half and came back, had 2 clutch free throws to beat Greece and to advance. It's the first time Canada advanced over to one of the final rounds in a very long time. So I think he had like 22 points. Some rebounds. I don't have the exact stats. That's my fault. I should have that.
We'll save that one for the next show. But I did see some highlights.
Had a great game, bringing his team back to beat Greece.
Yeah, young. Like I said, man, the sky's the limit for that guy. This is only his second year. Average 18 points. Look out, man. Like I said it before. You have to have a certain swag to be from New York. You have to have that dog in you, like I like to say. And he's got it, man. And so does Quickly, and so does some of these guys. In the past, we had some guys who Jim Dolan and these guys hired, Mr. Ron Baker, who didn't have that dog in him. He didn't have that thick skin. He was more of a representative for a corporation, if you will. And now we got it. So we're heading in the right direction.
Listen, the Knicks, Leon Rose, West, and the whole staff, the whole management team and the coaching staff has done wonders. It's like night and day. Now, I got this from someone that I know. We're having a conversation a couple of days ago. He said the Knicks played over their heads. Yes, they played over their heads in a sense where Thibodeau was always on them. So, when you're a talented player, if you just let your talents level off, then you're gonna play level off type of, But if you play over your head, you're putting your whole energy, your whole kind of force to play the game. Yes, I agree. They played over their head. It's because it comes down for Thibodeau. Thibodeau pushed these guys to play not mediocre basketball, but extraordinary basketball. And there were games that the Knicks looked great, and there were games that they didn't look that good. And they still played as a unit, as a team. So I don't take that as a negative that the Knicks played over their head. I think that's a positive because I think, the Knicks' talent shows that they can play when they're off. They can play and they can still win. And when they play really to that extreme, they can be an unstoppable team. Unfortunately, they didn't show that with Atlanta.
They didn't, but they're still young. The last thing I'm going to touch up on before I let you guys go. I know we've been rambling a little bit. Just remember, as a Knicks fan, you always want to think good for them. You always wanted them to achieve. But when you're not a Knicks New York fan and you're reading about both New York teams, who had the better season? Think about it. You have Brooklyn, who, yes, they made it further, but those were the expectations. Everybody thought they were going to win the championship or they were going to go to the finals. The Knicks, who weren't even expected to make the playoffs, ended up being a force in the East, got bumped out in the first round. So I'm going to end it with, this is still orange and blue skies. The New York City still belongs to the Knicks. And Brooklyn are the New Jersey Nets. That's nothing wrong with that, but they'll always be the New Jersey Nets to the New York Knicks. And with that being said, that's all I got to say tonight, Mr. Zen Ray. So I'll let you close out.
Listen, Chuba, thank you for coming on. I didn't get to see your handsome-looking face, but that's okay.
That's all right.
Next time we'll get to see each other eye to eye. But I just want to thank everybody who commented and came on to take a look at our show. We're fairly new. We've only been doing this for about 3 weeks, so we have a lot to learn and grow. Making mistakes along the way. We're growing. We're just going on and learning more about the Knicks and learning more about basketball and learning more about everything we encounter on a daily basis. So with that said, Juby, thank you. I want to make sure everybody have a very blessed evening, that the universe give you the energy and ignite you to the passions and loves that you're looking for in your life. So with that said, Zen Ray out. Take care. And It's true, but I think about another 3 days, another 72 hours, it'll come on probably about sometime Friday. We'll
I think Friday's our target day, guys. Friday, 7:30 Eastern time. Again, we apologize that the first stream got cut off. We'll make sure that we'll get on a little bit earlier to make sure everything is right. The phones, we hope they were working. We hope that you guys weren't trying to call and they weren't coming in. But we'll make sure that we're a little bit more organized. Make sure that we'll do some test callings before we get online with other people. And that's all I got to say, guys. Hope you guys be safe. Stay cool in this heat wave. And as always, family above everything. Juby the Tubies out.
Thanks, Jude. Take care.
Thank you.
Zen Ray out. Take care, guys. Have a good night. Thank you.
Father, it's parenthood shit. I'm digging into this, honestly knowing it's more than what I could see. Can't predict what's my future holding, my past far behind me. I know that life can get grimy, that's why I'll never look back, cause I already know what's behind me. Dear humble Lord, please come find me. Yes, I go hard for my son and my daughter. Never could fail as a father. Been new to the times will be hard, believe me, of that I'm not bothered. Humbly in love with it all. Just trust when I say that I got him. Speak from the heart, the story we'll see if you come from the bottom. Digging into it, knowing I barely get through it. Takes all you got to be a man, just gotta level the usage. Make sure you don't have too little, and also don't overuse it. It's like my Libra scale, all it took was a balance of movement. As for my kids, I will prove it. There's nothing else I can do but to make sure every single footstep that I take is for you. While putting your best foot forward, I'll show you how to move and how to keep a strong knee that's really buckling through. Let's take them through it, the levels of evolution. How ladies can never prove it and fellas just never do it. But hold it tight while you down and then tiptoe in silent movement. Make sure no one that don't need to know never know how you move. Outside my kids, I will always grow. There's something I'll forever show. Epiphany hitting stronger than bullets to letting go. And regardless, I made it right. How I did it, you'll never know. Back and forth for all of my bullshit. I had to make something blow. Just let them know I'm digging into this, honestly knowing it's more than what I could see. Can't predict